Hello Go Stadium, and thank you for having me. My name is Chaz, but you all know me better as Seattle's Ultimate Showdown Champion, Wild Susan Boyle. And in this video, we're taking a look at something that I call the Queued Sequence Attack, or Q.S.A. for short. Essentially what it is a piggyback that manipulates the queuing system imposed by the game itself. What I mean by this is, the game reads our taps and assigns each action to occur one after another. We see this regularly in things like CMP ties and switches at the end of charge moves. One action queued up automatically after another. In this first clip, we have two Polyrats both running Bubble and Power Up Punch. My friend Sensationalist is on the other end of this battle, and he will be throwing straight Power Up Punches, while I will be demonstrating Q.S.A. You'll notice that for both the first and second charge move he throws, I successfully land a bubble in between, and proceed to what appears to be a CMP tie. By the third charge move, I demonstrate how much more energy I would actually need to match my opponent. After that, because I was able to Q.S.A. twice, this means I have a 2-bubble advantage, and I only need one more bubble for my next power-up punch. Let's slow this clip down to see exactly what I'm doing. When throwing fast moves, I like to tap with 2 fingers on the right side of the screen. Once I receive the energy required for my power-up punch, you'll notice that I very quickly but lightly tap the charge move, then immediately resume my fast move tapping. In the following turn, my bubble occurs during the opposing Pokemon's power-up punch, as if I never stopped. I take the damage, and for a split second, the screen returns back to the center, then jumps back to me for my charge move. This happens much more clearly on the second charge move because I am already 1 bubble ahead when I manipulate the queued sequence attack. You'll also notice that the charge move button stays pressed down when I do. Just like traditional piggybacking, there are 3 requirements. First of all, the opponent must use their charge move. Second, you must have energy for a charge move of your own. And lastly, your fast move animation must come through to indicate that you did, in fact, obtain a fast move. The major difference between queued piggybacking from its traditional method is that 1. The fast move always occurs during the opponent's charge move, rather than after or in between. And 2. It manipulates the hidden queue mechanic that has not been thoroughly discussed before. How Q.S.A. works specifically is based on a queue and sequence system I mentioned earlier. When a switch is made mid-fast attack, it cancels the action. However, when a charge attack is made mid-fast attack, it is added into the queue and occurs afterwards automatically. When I tap a charge move while simultaneously fast attacking, it queues up the charge move and places it at the end of a sequence. Each sequence consists of a chain of manual actions followed by a passive action. Manual actions are specifically referring to fast attacks because each attack only occurs in tandem with a tap. Passive actions are those that can automatically occur once placed into the queue, such as charge moves and switches. I say the Q.S.A. charge move is placed at the end of each sequence because manual actions override the passive ones. Here, you can see as soon as Mud Bomb is ready, I tap it to activate Q.S.A. But because manual fast attacks override the passive input of a charge attack, it allows me to infinitely extend the sequence until a break occurs, completing the sequence with my charge move at the very end. This may also help explain why switching isn't possible during a fast move. Over at For the Battles channel, she recently discovered with over 40 test runs, fast moves that occur during or in between charge moves are fairly random at around 50%. This is problematic for traditional piggybacking and piggybacking 2.0, as it is luck dependent on 2 fronts. It is a coin toss when the opponent charges and another when you charge. Attempting to do so may even put you behind when your opponent gets a fast move when you do not. Q.S.A. bypasses the second coin flip, leaving no room for manual actions to occur as would a CMP tie. There's at least a 50% chance to gain an extra fast attack following every charge attack. This can be replicated across different moves and different matchups. The one major downside is that once you've triggered Q.S.A, your charge move almost always occurs no matter what, unless the opposing Pokemon faints. Now that you know what Q.S.A is and how to use it, let's look into what you can and can't do with it. This battle begins just like earlier. As soon as I have enough energy, I queue up the Mud Bomb. But once I have enough energy for the Blizzard, I decide I want to use that instead, so I tap the Blizzard as well. You'll see that after the opponent's charge move, Blizzard becomes the Q.S.A charge move, meaning that it is possible to override one charge move with another, giving you time to decide. Trying to swap out your Pokemon almost always creates a break in between actions, ending your sequence and firing off a charge move if Q.S.A is activated. It's not impossible to make a switch, as I'll show in one of these clips, but it is extremely unlikely due to its precise timing. This may put you at a disadvantage if the opponent decides to swap instead of throwing a charge move, forcing your charge move to go to waste against an unfavorable matchup. That's all I have for today on the topic of queued sequence attacks. Sorry Niantic for breaking your game, and thank you Go.Stadium for helping me make and share this video. Special thanks to King and For the Battles for their help and findings. Check them out if you haven't. Also feel free to leave any questions or comments right here or on my Twitter at WildSusanBoyle. Best of luck to everybody in Season 2.